Let me show you some tips and tricks for Samsung Galaxy A37. So the first thing that I want to show you is the magic eraser that we can find in the gallery. You can choose pretty much any photo that you wish to edit if you have something that you want to remove from that photo, whether it is people or objects or anything else. In order to use the magic eraser, you can, for example, tap on the Galaxy AI icon that we have at the bottom of the screen, and then we can find the object eraser in here, or you can tap on the pen icon in this place. Then we can tap on these circles on the right side, and then here we have object eraser. There are also a couple of additional features that of course you can try it out as well, but in this case I'm going to focus on the object eraser because I think it is the most useful one. So of course you can get some suggestions on what you can remove from your photos, but even if you don't have any suggestions, you can still select, for example, people. You can select some things that you can see on the photo that you wish to remove from that picture. So let's say I can select a couple of people in here, and then I can tap on erase, and then after a short while they should be removed. In case there is something left after them, so for example here I have like some weird things laying around, I can try to select them over here, and I can try to get rid of them as well in order to make it look even better. So let's see if it works, and there we go, it looks much better now. And yeah, so you can of course use it, like I said, for people, for objects, for any subject whatsoever, whatever you want to get rid of from your photo or photos. Of course, you should be able to easily do so with this feature. Another really great tool is Circle to Search, which is of course available on pretty much every modern Android smartphone at this point, but still I think it's worth mentioning because it actually has, this phone actually has like an additional feature that is not really available on other smartphones, at least not at this moment. So if you press and hold your finger on the navigation bar, if you use gestures for navigation, or if you press and hold your finger on the home button, if you use 3 buttons for navigation, then you activate Circle to Search. Then over here you should be able to either draw a shape around the subject that you are looking for, that you want to look for in Google. So let's say over here, I'm going to select this car, and then I should be able to get some information about it. I can try to get exact matches, maybe I can get even more information about it, and so on and so forth. Or instead of drawing a shape around the subject, you can just simply try to tap on it, and this should work as well. Of course, we can still adjust the reference area, so you can look for, of course, we can make some adjustments, and you can look for something very, very specific if it was selected incorrectly. And besides that, Circle to Search can be used to search for a song. So if you hear a song that is played in the background somewhere, you can use this music note button, and then you can let your phone listen to the background for a short while. And if the song is detected, you get the song title with the artist, of course, in Google search results. And besides that, we have the translation option, which allows you to translate the screen. As you can see over here, the screen is pretty much immediately translated. And that feature that I mentioned before earlier about have it being a little bit unique for Samsung Galaxy smartphones actually, is the scrolling option, because the translation option is nothing unusual for Android smartphones now at this point. I mean, I'm talking about those new smartphones. But what it seems to be quite unique is the scrolling option, which is not available everywhere yet. So we can tap on this hand icon with an arrow, and then you should be able to scroll down and get translation once you stop. So it's really good that you don't have to stay on the screen in order to, to get the translation, and then you have to exit the translation, exit Circle to Search, scroll down, re-enter Circle to Search, and translate again. You can just simply scroll down, so this definitely definitely looks and works better, of course, so definitely worth trying out, especially if you tend to visit some foreign websites which are not available in your language. So of course you can get the translation pretty easily now at this point. If we go to the quick settings panel or the control center, then over here of course we can find our shortcuts. And now on this phone we can actually customize the order of these things quite easily. We can make these buttons bigger or smaller. Also, this expandable area can be adjusted as well. So if you wish to have access to more buttons immediately from this expandable area, you can adjust it very easily. And of course, if we tap on edit, then we can add or remove things actually from this expandable area. And one thing that I want to actually show you regarding a quick settings panel is the option that allows you to merge the quick settings panel with notifications. So if you had Samsung Galaxy smartphone before, then you may remember, or you might actually just know, that you could swipe down on notifications, and then you had like a part of quick settings shortcuts with the screen brightness slider, and there was also the media output button and so on, and then you had to swipe down again in order to open the full quick settings panel. Right now, of course, by default it is separated, so you can swipe down on the left side to open notifications, on the right side to open the control center, but you can actually change that, and you can go back into this more classic style. So if you tap on this pen icon in the upper right corner and then go to panel settings, in here we can switch from separate to together. I also mentioned the media output button, and there's also the device control button, and by default it is not available, but here in the same setting menu, if you tap here on device control and media output buttons, you can switch to show when quick panel collapsed. So now, if I now exit the settings, tap on done, if you open notification tray, as you can see, once again, we have this section of quick setting shortcuts. We have a couple of them. We have the screen brightness slider, and we have our device control and media output buttons. So if you prefer that old classic, older maybe, classic style, then of course you can easily go back to it on this phone. So yeah, if you enjoyed, you can of course switch it. Another thing that I want to show you is the edge lighting. So this is an effect that is being displayed when you receive a new notification. If you open the settings on your phone, then we can proceed to notifications, then choose notification pop-up style. And in here, of course, we can find add lighting effect option, which is available if you have the brief style selected in here. So if you go over here, you can choose one of these available effects. So you can add, for example, fireworks. You can add an eclipse. There we go. Or you can use an echo that has these side lines. You can go to color to adjust the color of that effect, of course. You can also go to advanced and you can make some further adjustments. And I think it's a pretty cool feature to use to notice that you receive that you received a new notification. And what is also quite cool is that you can add different effects for different keywords. So for example, if you receive a notification and the content of the notification is, I don't know, something like I don't know, like message or something like that, then you can actually add like a unique effect, or maybe not unique, but a different one than the default one. So you can have, for example, the echo one for most of the notifications, and then you can add some exceptions, so you can have a different effect for some other notifications. So definitely worth trying out. Also in the settings, if we scroll down to device care, over here, then if we go to memory, and then after a couple of seconds, we should be able to find the RAM plus option. And by default, we use 4 GB of additional RAM, and we can actually increase it to 6 GB quite easily. Once you select a different option in here, you have to apply your changes by restarting your phone. And then you should be able to even to speed up your phone a little bit, I assume, of course. So if you feel like the performance of the device is not that great, you might want to give additional gigabytes of memory. And last but not least, if you go to the app drawer in here, of course, as it is with Samsung Galaxy smartphones, you have different pages. You can scroll through this list. Go through different pages over here, and you can organize your apps on these pages as you want to, and that's of course really great. But if you prefer that, let's say that classic or standard style of the app drawer, where you have an alphabetical list and you can scroll up and down, then you can easily do so with your or on your Galaxy A37 as well. So if you tap on these 3 dots in the upper right corner and go to sort, then we can switch to the alphabetical order, and then as you can see, we can just scroll up and down. We no longer have any pages whatsoever. So if you prefer that style, then you can easily change it over here. If you change your mind, you can just go back to the custom order as well. So that's pretty much it. Now, if there is something that I missed that you think it's really worth knowing about, that is available on Samsung Galaxy A37, then please let me know in the comments. And of course, if you're watching this video, then check out comments. Maybe there is something more that is worth knowing about this phone. And if you're looking for guides for Samsung Galaxy A37, then you can check out my channel or my playlist. I made a bunch of tutorials for this phone. So that's it. Leave a like and subscribe.